The Void is insanity. And could we have a new horror icon? The Void stars Aaron Poole and is directed by Jeremy Gillespie and Steven Kostanski. What's up, guys? Continuing my reviews for all these new horror movies out there. I just dropped my reviews for The Devil's Candy, The Monster, and Eyes of the Mother. But before I get started on this one, I want to give a quick shout out to a good friend on Killer Flicks, Tim Swope, or Swopey. I hope I said that right, Tim. But he recently hooked me up with the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS, unaltered, baby. These things look amazing. And he also hooked me up with Stephen King's It, the original, because I had never seen the original It. He's a big It fan, and so he said, I gotta send this to you. So I said, yeah, I would love to watch this. But I might not watch it until after I watch the remake. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, on to the review. So in The Void, this cop named Carter, he comes upon this guy who's on the run from this house where this woman just got shot and set on fire. So Carter, he takes him to the hospital. And once he gets to the hospital, that's when things start getting really weird. I mean, really weird. I'd say it all starts when one of the nurses that's there, we see her actually sticking a knife or a pointy object right into the eye of one of the patients. And then she turns around and she doesn't look normal. Her skin's all peeled off, looks freaky as hell. And when Carter sees this, he knows things are starting to get rotten in Denmark. But the reason for the weird actions of this nurse are directly related to one of the main characters in this movie, Dr. Powell. And I'm not going to give anything away because I want you guys to go into this movie and just be completely surprised. Because it's kind of like a rabbit hole. You know, there are breadcrumbs along the way, and you're always guessing, and up to the very end. I mean, the very end. But I will say, if you like movies like The Thing, if you like movies like The Fly, especially Cronenberg, and especially if you like movies like Hellraiser, then you're definitely going to love The Void. This, to me, is a bona fide, dyed-in-the-wool horror movie. It doesn't skirt around anything. It's completely bloody, completely creative with the practical effects. Let me say that again, practical effects. There's quite a few of them in this, actually. I'd say most of the movie is practical effects. And it is daring. It takes a lot of risks. It's got a really inventive story. And if you're a true horror fan, I think you're gonna have a blast with this movie. Now, again, without giving anything away, but to just give you guys a little bit more, this does deal with the afterlife and death. And there's this cult, and they have the void symbol on their head, and they are obsessed with this whole notion of the afterlife. But really, that's just skimming the surface. There's a much bigger reason for all the actions in this movie, and Dr. Powell plays a major part in this. And the reason I mentioned that we might have another horror icon is because at the end of this movie, there's a character that I could totally see, you know, running a franchise. And you're definitely going to get some Pinhead vibes. He doesn't look exactly like Pinhead, but he could definitely pass for a Cenobite. Now, there are a lot of creature effects in this, and that's why I mentioned The Thing, because these effects are really gnarly, really inventive, and unsettling. Like, don't eat your lunch while watching The Void. Also, I gotta mention that Art Hindle, who was in the original Black Christmas, is in this. He plays one of the old cops. I guess he was kind of Carter's boss. But yeah, he's in this movie too, and I got a kick out of that. It's always cool to see like horror alumni pop into newer horror movies. Now, as far as any cons for The Void, I think my biggest problem is the characters. They're likable, but I wasn't like completely rooting for anybody, except maybe Carter near the end of the movie, but I'm more fascinated with everything that's going on around the characters, and I think that's on purpose. But there's no character that really just makes you jump for joy, like say, You're Next, Shawnee Vincent in You're Next. That's a great example. Another great example character-wise is the recent movie, The Devil's Candy, that I just watched. I loved those characters in that movie so much. And you're not gonna get that in this movie. And also this, like I said, this is hardcore horror, so this is not for somebody that's new to horror, or you know, somebody that doesn't really like horror that much, but they can watch the occasional like slasher movie. But I'm a big horror fan. I got a kick out of this movie. The effects were amazing. I'm definitely gonna give it a purchase worthy. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on The Void? Looking forward to hearing them. And if you're not a member of Killer Flicks, be sure to come on over where we talk horror all day, every day. And on Fridays, we do Free For All Fridays. If you look down below, you can see all my social media links. If you like what I'm doing, please click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.